Okay. Am I live? Can you hear me? Looks like Grayson's here. Nice, nice. Right. Oh, okay. Yep, that's working. Uh, yeah, okay. All right. I think I'm live. I think we're good. Cool, 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 cool. Hello, everyone. We're here talking about episodes 3, 4, and 5 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Hello, Grayson. Glad you're here. Yes. Episode 3 was the Secret Identity Crisis, which is a play on the old one called Identity Crisis, the old comic where he wore the all the Identity Crisis suits, which actually didn't show up in that episode. They showed up in the next episode, which was called Hitting the Big Time, in which the big time suit did not appear. And then the third episode was called The Unicorn Unleashed. So we're talking about those three. Is it episode 3 was or no, you meant episode 5. Episode 5, not 3. Yeah, well, episode 5, he was, like I said, the one where he was trying on all of the different suits that Norman made for him, and those suits were part of a storyline in the comics called the Identity Crisis. And during the Identity Crisis, Spider-Man got framed for killing someone because they were found suffocated, like they had suffocated on some webs, and so they blamed Spider-Man, and so he couldn't be Spider-Man anymore. So he went through several different suits. One was Prodigy, that's the golden one with the cape that he said looked like Thor. Then there was Ricochet. They didn't do Ricochet in the show, but that was like he had like a edgy 90s jacket and like white hair and little R on his jacket. So they did Ricochet, and then the two other ones that they did do in the show were Dusk, which was the super dark, scary suit that scared the little girl, and then Hornet, which was the one with the wings that he flew around in. The Identity Crisis happened in the MCU. We know how much in the events of No Way Home. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he got framed for killing Mysterio, so they kind of did do. He didn't switch to a bunch of different suits, but they did kind of set up Spider-Man for killing someone. So yes. The Identity Crisis had many forms throughout Marvel, not even just Spider-Man. Yes, but that was Spider-Man's Identity Crisis was when he wore those 4 particular suits, and 3 of them they used in this show, which I thought was really cool and a nice little like I've saw the suits in the concept art way back when, but I'm like, "Oh, there's no way they're gonna do Identity Crisis in this show," but they found a nice little way to mix it in with Norman, uh, giving Peter all those different suits. Norman, by the way, um, he's getting way too involved in Spider-Man's heroics. Like he's like super enthusiastic about it and he's super like insistent, like he pushed all those suits on Peter and he kind of forced Harry into the team. It was kind of like I feel like the fallout is going to be cataclysmic because you can tell Peter is like uncomfortable with Norman doing all this stuff. And he eventually comes around, like, because Norman knows how to play it. He knows how to play the situation. He'll force something on Peter. Peter will act unsure. Then Norman will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to push any boundaries." And then Peter will be like, "Okay, well, you know what? I guess it's okay." And Norman will be like, "Okay, great." So he goes to a little roundabout way of getting what he wanted to begin with. I feel like once Peter realizes, like, I really don't want, Oscorp. Like, I truly don't think that Norman has nefarious purposes, but I think he's gonna get too caught up in trying to make Peter the best Spider-Man he can be. Because he said to Peter, "If you're not the best hero you can be, I feel like I failed." And he doesn't want that failure to reflect on him, so I feel like, you know, if he once Peter, because I'm telling you, this show is leading to a falling out between Peter and Norman, and once that happens, Norman, it's gonna hit Norman super personal. It's gonna be super personal for Norman. He's not gonna deal with it well. The title can be used for many sources of media. Yes, the identity crisis. That was just the Spider-Man specific one. I was really upset how they made Peter so dumb. Like, how do you not notice Harry? That scene was definitely forced by the writers. If they really needed Harry to find out, there could have been a more reasonable way. It. I think that Peter was just like so hyped off the battle in the suit, the new suit working. They just came in and then he just started blah blah blah, and but Harry happened to be there. I didn't think that was a I thought it was actually kind of funny because Norm was like, oh, and Harry's like, oh, you're Spider Man, and let's not forget he did that whole thing in Homecoming where he crawled in on the ceiling, was super careful, super quiet. They like webbed his door, closed it. They turned around and Ned was there the whole time. So that's not the first time it's happened. Uh, in the comics, freaking Mary Jane knew for years that he was Spider Man because she saw him going out of Aunt May's window. Like Peter is not the best at keeping a secret identity. The Green Goblin followed him in the comics. He just, granted, he numbed his spider sense, um, but all he had to do was follow him at a light distance, and Peter took off his mask. Like, oh crap, that's Spider Man. Okay, like Peter is actually horrible at keeping a secret identity. Um, but I did want to bring that up. That is one thing I noticed where the shock is Peter Parker's spider sense in this show. Because I mean, there's several times. Like when Harry hit him with a door, like Peter was looking down distracted, and then Harry swung the door open and it hit him in the face. That's Spider Sense 101. You know? Like I'm feeling like we haven't seen it in either any of the 5 episodes, 1 through 5. We have not seen his spider sense go off once. We see it in opening credits, the theme song, but his spider sense hasn't gone off. Not that I recall. If I'm misremembering it, let me know. But I I haven't seen his spider sense go off one time. And now he does like when he was fighting Unicorn, he was dodging each one of her blasts. So like he's got his reflexes and he's quick. So I mean, you can assume that maybe and I know he has it. He's aware of it because it happened in the prequel comics. His spider sense went off in the prequel comics, so it's there. I'm just not sure if why they haven't like explicitly shown it yet. Uh, that's all I'm saying. And I haven't seen any comics. LOL. You haven't seen any comics? Which comics haven't you seen? By the way, glad you're here, Raccoon Spider. I guess it's just there. Uh, I guess so. It's just there are other times Pete's bro that dumb. Oh goodness. Oh, Pete's not okay. Pete's not that dumb. No, yeah. Well, like I said, there are times where he goes to extraordinary lengths to hide his identity, and there are times, well, like the several I mentioned earlier, where he just fumbles and somebody finds out who he is. It's honestly, and this is a let's not forget this is a young Peter that's very inexperienced and hasn't become like jaded with the world yet or super like he hasn't really lost anything yet. He lost Uncle Ben, but that was a while ago. He hasn't lost anything as a consequence of being Spider-Man yet. The most is like the typical I missed the party and Nico was alone, stuff like that. But he hasn't really like truly suffered like a terrible consequence of being Spider-Man yet. So he's gonna make a lot of mistakes. This is his freshman year. Instead, I saw the movie that Peter didn't screw it up, but it was all Harry's doing for taking off the mask. Oh, are you talking about Spider-Man 2? Yeah, Harry's kind of always disrespects learning secret identities. Yeah, when Doc Ock captured him, Harry took his mask off. Uh, it's in the same movie. Peter had a whole train full of people see him without his mask because he got some sparks on it and he had to tear it off, and then he took it off to convince Otto to drown his fusion reactor. Oh, right. Not to, he wanted to convince Otto to see reason, and he ended up drowning. But then he turned around and was like, oh, Mary Jane is in the room. Huh. Now, I think that oh, after so many years of watching Spider-Man 2, I think part of him knew Mary Jane was there and wanted her to find out in that moment. Like I think that, he's like, okay, Harry knows Mary Jane's been on my butt recently. Like it's time for her to know. So I don't think that he like regretted doing that in Spider-Man 2, but like that's all I'm saying. Uh, I have a wish list of Marvel villains that are about to reveal Spider-Man's secret identity. You might get that are about to reveal Spider-Man's secret identity. Oh, yeah, no. Let's see. Doctor Doom, Abomination, Red Hulk, and Yellow Jacket. Do any of them even know his secret identity? Doctor Doom might, because he's Doctor Doom, and currently in the comics, he's got Spider-Man, the eight deaths of Spider-Man. He's got Spider-Man running around doing his bidding, but I don't know if he knows. Mm, since How Did Mary Jane Get Captured by the Villains 3 times? If you're talking about, Sam Raimi movies, the Tobey Maguire movies, then yes, I did even when I was a kid, watching Spider-Man 3, I was like, "Dang, they kidnapped Mary Jane again." That's insane. That's insane. But no one's been kidnapped in this show yet, I don't think. I was gonna say Lonnie's brother, but he didn't get kidnapped, he ran away to join a gang. And then Lonnie took his place. That's messed up. Big Don is annoying me. Like Lonnie is a student. He's trying to be a good student. He's in school. He's trying to go to football practice. And every 30 seconds, Lonnie's phone is blowing up because Big Don wants him to go be part of the 110th. I'm like, let the boy get an education, you know? I know Big Don and his crew are all about that gang life, but you're really gonna drag Lonnie down with I know that he's gonna technically he already got named Tombstone in the fifth episode. So I know he's eventually gonna become Tombstone, but I really don't want him to. If this is a situation where like in the PS4 game where I saw like Doc Ock and Otto Octavius before he was Doc Ock, and he was just so nice and kind and sweet and like a real mentor to Peter. I'm like, I know he's gonna become Doc Ock, but I really don't want him to. And that's how I feel about Lonnie in this show. Like Lonnie's such a good guy. Like he tried to pay for Peter's lunch even though he didn't have enough money. He's like a really good boyfriend to Pearl. He's a really nice person, a nice friend to Peter. Like Peter's not getting bullied. This is the first, I think, high school Peter Parker that we've seen that's not getting bullied because the jock is such a nice guy. I don't want to see him become Tombstone, man. I feel bad for Lonnie. Oh goodness. Ultron and some other villains that I don't know. Ultron would definitely reveal Spider-Man's identity. No cap. How do you read the prequel comic? I don't know how to. Um, well, you should go find your local comic shop and buy the comics. I just I'm really trying to support comic shops because a lot of comic shops close. But that's how I just go. I got physical copies, man. I got right here. See, physical. There's nothing better than a physical comic in your hand, bro. There's nothing better than holding it and flipping the pages. If you want to read it online, there's Marvel Unlimited, which is I think like $10 a month. Um, yeah, I think it's $10 a month. But they do have the first issue up because I think it's 3 months after an issue comes out. They put it up on Marvel Unlimited. Or there was a Marvel Comics app where you could buy the issues directly. They got rid of that. They merged it into Marvel Unlimited, and I think it's through Comixology now. If you don't know what Comixology is, that's owned by Amazon, and they sell comics. So either Comixology, Marvel, wait for them to pop on Marvel Unlimited, or go to your local comic shop and grab you some comic books. That's how I read the prequel comics. Or you can read I have the breakdowns in the description for I put them also in this description for issues 1 and 2. I broke down both of the comics on Face Front Blog. They got Marvel Legends, Red Hulk, Captain America, Brave New. Yes, I have them both. Not on me right now, but I do have both of those guys. Man, if Red Hulk is in No Way Home, I'm sure Spider-Man's gonna get killed. Sam's gonna get killed. like, I, I hope he survives. Fighting a Red Hulk is not easy. Spider-Man teamed up with Red Hulk in the first issue of Avenging Spider-Man. If you haven't read that, that was a cool little series. And then Superior Spider-Man happened while Avenging Spider-Man was going on. So then, like Avenging Spider-Man was Superior Spider-Man, and then it ended. I was upset. I liked the Avenging Spider-Man. It was like each issue he teamed up with a different Avenger. But Harry told the blame on Spider-Man for the death of his father. Yes, Harry blamed Spider-Man for his father's death, and that's why he became the new Goblin and tried to kill him. Nah, Spidey has beat Hulk before. Yes, Spidey has beat Green Hulk plenty of times. I I haven't seen him fight Red Hulk. Um, but like I said, they teamed up in that one issue. So, hey, what's up, Anthony? How's it going? Question for you: what's the next stop motion after Return of the Spider-Verse season one? I I'm going to put out a video very soon about what's coming from Face Front in 2025. So keep your eyes out for that. I will but yeah. I'll save it all for there. You can catch up. I'm gonna go comprehensively go over everything I have planned for Face Front. So keep an eye out for when that video drops. So nice of you getting new comics. I support my comic shops, and comic shops are so cool because I you go there enough, they start to recognize you, and you start to get stuff. Like there's like super like rare like 1 in 25 or 1 in 100 covers that they like. Josh, I know you love Spider-Man so much. I pulled this one aside just for you. I'm like, just for me? I appreciate that. Yes. I'll just read it on your. No, don't pirate it. Oh no. I understand that there are some circumstances where some people either don't have access to comic books or like a comic store or anything, or like the services aren't available in their area. But if you can help it, please try not to pirate comic books. It helps keep the stores in circulation. It helps keep Marvel printing them. I don't know. It's a thing with me. I understand that there are certain circumstances, or even like if you like don't have the money at the time, just like if you want to read it just to read it, but then like maybe buy it later. I don't know. Just to show yourself. That's all I'm saying. Harry became a new Goblin. Yes. Can I see your Marvel Legends black suit Spider-Man behind you? Oh, there is a Marvel Legends black suit Spider-Man behind me. All right, 1 second. I'm wearing Marvel jammy pants. Don't judge me. Something fell. Yeah. Here he is. I have two of these boys. I opened up one and I kept the other one on card. Uh, yep, that's him. We're getting way off topic though. Speaking of black suit Spider-Man, when he showed up in the dusk costume, did you guys notice the Easter egg with the little girl and the balloon? I was immediately triggered when I heard her say, I saw a little girl with a balloon, and I said, there's no way they're gonna do it. I said, there's no way. And then she lost the balloon, and I said, there's no way. There's no way. Then she said, come back. I said, you've got to be kidding me. She said, balloon, come back. I was oh my goodness. That's not the only they Big Don when he called Lonnie to roll up with the 110th. Lonnie's like, I got football practice, man. Big Don said, I missed the part where that's my problem. I was like, they're on top of the memes on this one. Oh goodness. I was so triggered by the balloon. Man, it shot me back to when how old was I? Like 11 playing Spider-Man 2. Goodness. Uh it's It's not season one, Return of the Spider Verse. The series is ending after episode 13. Yeah, episode 13 is the finale of Return to the Spider Verse. No more Spider Verse, or is there? I don't know. I do know, but you guys don't know. Let's see. Then my Marvel Legends Black Suit Spider Man got broke. I'm sorry. I'll tell you. I've broken a few Marvel Legends, but like I kind of repair them to the point where you can't tell. I there are some I've used in my videos that I've broken, but you can't tell because I fixed them so well. I've been super gluing toys since I was 10. Uh Goodness. I'm sorry though. Breaking a toy always sucks. He had a symbiote Spider for like 10 streams. Yeah, no, he's been sitting back there. Goodness. I got number 9, 10, 11 of the Spider-Verse 2022. Nice, nice, nice. I was joking. I'm sorry. Oh, you and your dad go to your local comic shop? Okay. Okay. Well, then it was just a PSA about comic books in general, you know. Uh I'm glad that you and your dad go to the local comic shop. That's great. I've wanted that figure for so long. It's like $50. They got the Secret Wars one out now. It's essentially the same. He's on the Amazing Fantasy body though. So yeah, see if you can grab that one, the Secret Wars one. And he has the small squinted eyes and the big eyes. So I really like that. They haven't had a Spider-Man with a black suit Spider-Man with the small squinted eyes. Uh, man, balloons. Oh goodness, yes, the balloon triggered me. I liked that. I liked how creepy they made it with Spider-Man when he like shot into the tree so fast you couldn't see him, and then he just had the claws scratch the tree. Like he didn't have to do all that. And then Norman's like, let's add a smiley face to it. And Peter's like, no, that would be even more creepy. The secret identity suits failing on him was the whole montage was hilarious. The cape on the Prodigy suit getting caught, and everybody knows from the Incredibles and no capes. That's why. And then him not being able to control the Hornet wing pack, and it was so hilarious when he finally gets control of it. He smacks into the bus. The bus driver just gives an exasperated and hits the wipers. This show is funny, man. I really like how funny this show is. Oh man. But then he ended up in the Future Foundation suit, which we saw in the trailers, and um, yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. If you notice, if you watch the theme song in episode 5, yeah, it changes because he's wearing his homemade suit in the theme song for the first 4 episodes, but in the 5th episode he's wearing this Future Foundation suit in the opening credits, which I thought was a neat little change. I love how they do like homages to the comic covers in these opening arts, like Spider-Man with all the faces surrounding him and stuff. And then the first one they had yeah, of course the Amazing Fantasy, and then the big tie. I really like how they do the covers. I know when I heard that I crashed. Should have waited for Toby to save his heart. That's my problem. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wait, episode 13 is finale? Yes, it was episode 13 is One More Day, the finale of Return to the Spider-Verse. What about News Web Warriors episode? I'm waiting for months, pal. You'll see when I put out that video about everything that's coming from Facebook. I'll explain more. I don't get the balloon reference. Please explain it to me. Oh, and it might be before your time. It was the Spider-Man 2 video game, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 movie video game. There was a mission that happened frequently where you would just be swinging through the city, and then you would hear some little kid say, "My balloon!" Say, "Come back, balloon, come back!" "Oh no, balloon, balloon!" And the kid would not shut up until you caught the balloon, and you couldn't web the balloon because if you webbed the balloon, it would pop, and then the kid would freak out. Then the kid would, ah, you popped my balloon. So you had to literally jump like an idiot between buildings, and it was never easy. It was never easy because the balloon would just keep going up, and if you didn't tie it perfectly, you either overshot it or undershot it, and this balloon would just keep going up. You're jumping like a maniac. The kid's down there screaming for the balloon, and every like 1 in I'd say 7 balloons I caught and returned it to the kid. But every like 30 minutes while playing that game, you just hear my balloon come back. That's why I got triggered. So that's the balloon for you. Goodness. Oh man. If I was in the collab for it, I only have one plushie to select to make footage. Oh goodness. Hey, whatever you got. I got some plushies. I don't know if I have any around here, but I got plenty of Spider-Man plushies. They need some merch for this show. Like this shirt is all I got. Where's the Marvel Legends? Where's the homemade suit? Where's the plushies for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Where are the notebooks with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on the front? The backpacks. The T-shirts. Where's all the merchandise for this show? Like we're 5 episodes in. You know, like they should have it ready to go. I already got my Brave New World figures for when the movie drops in a week. You know, where's my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man figures? Like I said, X-Men '97 when that show came out, the figures were all out. In fact, one of the Marvel Legends guys, Dan on Twitter, he let everybody know, hey, we're gonna make sure we're gonna push hard to make sure these figures come out before the show do. And I was like, that's great, and it did. The X-Men '97 figures dropped before the show did. Where are the figures for this show? I want the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I want his homemade suit. I want his red suit. I want some other characters. I want some villains. Who they got? Who do they got? Who they have in these ups? They had Unicorn. They had Speed Demon. They had Tarantula. Tarantula was the girl. She had the Speed Demon was obviously running fast. Unicorn with the and they teased Rhino, Chameleon. They were the part of Unicorn's crew. The big dude. They called him Mikhail, but his last name was still Sitsevich, so it's usually Alexei Sitsevich. But the way he was drawn with his eyes that far apart and his head that's how Rhino used to be drawn. So he's clearly the Rhino. Dmitry Smidervik was Chameleon, and he looked kind of like the Dmitry from Far From Home. If you go watch Far From Home and look at the bus driver whose name was Dmitry, everybody's like, "Is that Chameleon?" Because that's the Chameleon's name. So he's gonna be the chameleon. The fourth girl, her name was like Roxana Volkov. I don't know that name, but she looked like Screaming Mimi, who becomes Songbird. So that's why I think she might be, because she didn't have a familiar name, but she might be Screaming Mimi. He was right. What about Web Warriors? What has Superior Spider-Man been up to with them? Um, you'll see. You'll see. Wait for that video, guys. I beat it. I wish they have Marvel Legends Black Spider-Man. I was upset with my mom, but she kept buying the wrong figure. Dang, I'm sorry. But yeah, that Secret Wars Marvel Legends Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man is out. So please, if you're missing a Black Suit Spider-Man, go find him. Or just get him on Hasbro Pulse. Or Hasbro Pulse is where I get all my figures. I pre-order them the second they drop. The second they drop for pre-order, I that's where I get all my Hasbro Pulse. They're not the fastest, but they'll always get it to you. They won't cancel or anything. They like you'll get your figure last, but at least you'll get the dang figure. It's like Amazon, Walmart, and Target, they'll cancel on you, but Hasbro Pulse never cancels. What are you gonna put part two of Gwen and Stacy? Gwen Stacy. Are you gonna make part two of Gwen Stacy's death? If you're talking about the next part of Return to the Spider Verse, that's the finale, which is gonna take me a little while to make. But just stay patient. Stay patient. And wait for that video. I love your Rush Hour profile pictures. Is it Rush Hour? Oh, it is Rush Hour. It's so hard for me to tell because they're so tiny on my screen. Easy there, legendary man. Yes. Yeah. Gwen Stacy is the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Play the movie game. She's not in it. Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game. Gwen Stacy's not in the game because I've talked about this before. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 video game had a massive spoiler where Gwen was like, "Oh, Peter, Dr. Connors killed my father." I was like, "That's great," because the game came out a week before the movie did. And I played up to that point, got spoiled. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should stop because the game took place, came out a week before the movie, but it took place after the movie. So since Gwen died in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, they probably didn't want to risk spoiling like they did in the first game. So, like, you know what? Let's just not put her in at all. Smart decision on their part. Oh, goodness. Hot Toys announced friendly neighborhood Spider-Man figures, so technically you're getting a figure for him. Yes, but as said, like 2026, and Hot Toys are like $5 million. So where's where's all this stuff now? The Hot Toys look great, by the way. I saw him, and I don't think he was that expensive. He was like 200 or something. But still, why don't we have merchandise at the moment? The show's hot now. Everybody's talking about it now. I'm sitting here talking about it right now. Where are the figures? Where are the mugs? Where's the children's books? Give me something, man. Come on now. Uh The guy with the Rhino mech from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh, they almost forgot her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The guy with the Rhino mech from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yes, Alexei Savage. No, that's just his name in the comics. It's Alexei Savage. The Ultimate Universe is Alex O'Hearn. And then they used Alex O'Hearn in Spectacular Spider-Man. But it's always some form of Alex or Alexi or something like that. But that's but like I said, in this show they call him Mikhail, but his last name was still Savage. So that's all that leads me to believe he was Rhino. I thought it was so cool that Spider-Man jumped in. I really like that Spider-Man in this show just put civilians first and pets apparently from episode 2. But like even in episode 2 when he was fighting Butane the fire guy, when he broke into the building to stop him and he started going off on his supervillain rant, Peter's like, "Hold up, civilians first, crazy fire guy next." He started calling out see if anybody's trapped in there. Like I really like that. When Unicorn and Rhino and them when they were all fleeing the scene and they caused that massive pile up. Spider-Man, like he has this moment where he lands at the lamppost and he looks and he sees them driving away and the cops chasing them. But then he looks back and sees a big fire and all the terribly mangled cars. It's like, oh crap, people down there need help. And he jumps down there to help them. And that's what I really like about like this show nails Peter Parker's personality. Like I like how he's always like hesitant to accept help because he doesn't want to put people in danger. Like Norman says, oh, when Norman rents out the whole restaurant, which was pretty funny, and he's like going over like, "Hey, Peter, I want to help you do this." Peter's like, first when he was like, "Don't tell Aunt May," and Norman even said it. He's like, "I know your secret, and your first instinct is to protect someone else." It's like that's why I like you, Peter. But then he's like, "I don't want you to get involved, Norman, because that's gonna put you in danger." And then like he even Norman paying for dinner. Like Peter saw the menu prices, like, "Oh, I'll get some water." And Norman's like, "It's on me." Then Peter's like, "I can't let you do that, Mr. Osborn." And Norman had to like insist for Peter to finally be like, okay, fine. Like I really like that Peter. He's just such a kind-hearted, good-natured person, and that shows when he's trying to protect other people or saving people instead of chasing the bad guys. That's why I always like Spider-Man because he saves people first, stops the bad guys second. That's great. Why don't you show your mom the figure you want? Yeah, show her. Uh, yeah, when I was young, I always got really specific on my Christmas list. I always put 6-inch scorpion action figure from Spider-Man with the red newsstand that collapses. I got real specific on my Christmas lists. So I always got the figure I needed. Get specific. Hey, you saw the figure from the MTV Spider-Man? I just cannot wait for long. Yeah, I still got him. He's back there somewhere. Hang tight, pal. Super Bowl is coming. The Super Bowl is coming. I'm always never watching Super Bowl because I'm always doing something nerdy. Me and my dad have been watching the Spider-Man show together. Nice, nice, nice. And we've been so confused. My dad's a huge Marvel fan, possibly more than me. We have no idea what the show is doing. And you know what? That's kind of why I like it. Because like I can be surprised. And longtime fans like me and your dad and other people that watch Face Front, like we're so jaded. Like we know what to expect. Like I said, when I saw those costumes months ago, I'm like, oh, they're gonna do Identity Crisis. But like they did it. They had Norman having him try on different suits. Like it's just a way to like when the lizard showed up or Dr. Connors and it's a female and like oh like it's just to keep us on our toes like so because we know everything. Spider-Man's been around for 60 plus years. So they've told the same stories over and over again. So like we can tell where things are kind of going to go. So that's kind of why I guess they're doing this. They're taking their own steps. They're making their own universe and they're surprising us. It's definitely different from the norm. It's not like every Peter Parker at his core is the same Peter Parker we've always seen. But everything around him is so drastically different. Like Pearl Penguin as his love interest. She is a rather recent character in the comics named Wave, part of the Agents of Atlas, like I said in the last episode. She's never been in Peter's orbit, but here she is his love interest. It's like, and then Nico Minoru from the Runaways. You know, she's got her own deal going on, but we've never seen her running in Spider-Man circles before. Spider-Man and the Runaways have never had anything in common until now. It's just ways to keep it fresh and keep us on our toes. So it's kind of asking longtime fans to invest in this world, which I'm more than happy to do. It might be kind of a hard step for some people because there are a lot of people that are like that. They hold so true to the original comics. But like, I feel like if you're doing an adaptation, you don't have room to do your own thing. Like, then what are we doing? You know, like, yeah, there's stories we all want to see told and stuff, but like, if you want one to one, just go read the comic book. You know, like, I feel like leaving room for more creativity for people and showrunners to do what they want, as long as at the heart of it is still Spider-Man. If I can look at it and say, yeah, this is Spider-Man, then I'm fine. If they change it so drastically that I'm looking at it, I'm like, this does not look like Spider-Man, this doesn't feel like Spider-Man, then that's a problem. But I don't feel like this show has done that. I feel like it's a different world around Peter than we're used to seeing. But at the end of the day, he's still Peter Parker and he's still Spider-Man. That's personally how I feel about it. Like, we get that they can do whatever they want, yeah, but why is Tombstone so young? Why is he teenager in school? Why is Spider-Man get huge foundations to from Norman? Yeah, yeah, it's just things like that to keep us on our toes. Like I said, now I will say about Tombstone, about Lonnie. Excuse me. It was in the second episode when he goes home and he's talking to his family, and he's facing those injustices on his way home. I was like, Lonnie's story is very Hobie Brown coded. You know, like a genuinely good guy that life doesn't give the proper circumstances to do what he wants to do, so he has to turn to crime. That's a Hobie Brown thing. And I feel like if it wasn't for Uncle Aaron Davis Prowler, and Spider Punk, then Lonnie would be Hobie Brown in this show. I really feel like that. Because I feel like they don't want to confuse the brand. They don't want to be like, oh, let's not confuse them with Hobie Brown being Spider Punk and Uncle Aaron being Prowler. So I feel like they don't want to use, because for those of you who do not know, the Prowler was initially Hobie Brown in the 616, back in the Night of the Prowler when he first debuted. He was Hobie Brown. And he had a very similar story to what Lonnie is going through. He was just like, he was a brilliant guy. He invented his Prowler gear. He had the climbers because he was washing windows. And he's like, he invented the Prowler claws so that he could get up there faster and clean the windows better. And like, his boss was like, yeah, that's a stupid idea, Brown. Get back to work. Like, he was a good guy that was pretty smart, but life never gave him a chance. And so he became the Prowler. Now, even in the 90s series, he was just a down on his luck guy, but he was a good guy. But nobody gave him a chance to do anything good with it. So he became the Prowler. So, and Tombstone, like you said, he was never growing up. Tombstone was a thug. Like, him and Robbie Robertson have a past where he's like, he like tried to drag Robbie down into gang violence. Robbie's like, no, yeah. Robbie ran the straight and narrow, became the Daily Bugle editor, but Tombstone was like always a bad guy. So like, I feel like there was a version of this show where Lonnie was Hobie Brown, but because of Uncle Aaron and Spider Punk, they made him Lonnie Lincoln. That's personally how I feel. But I am still invested in this story. Uh, will his Uncle Ben Parker get killed by the same guy who let him escape? Took his car. It wasn't him. It was Flip Marker McKay, Sandman. Sandman only killed Uncle Ben in Spider-Man 3. Um, in the normal comics, he was never named. It was just called the Burglar. Um, but they and then, like, it was Black Cat's dad and Spectacular Spider-Man. So whoever kills Uncle Ben changes. But Uncle Ben's already dead in this show. Um, he died before Peter got bit, which was a big drastic difference. But like I said, this show makes many, many differences. Why is Amadeus Cho there? Iron Spider slash Hulk, and why is Nico exactly? Like, what the heck was Doctor Strange battle against whatever the thing was? The show was doing the randomest things. Yes, It is very random, but I feel like it's all just part of the story they were telling. I think I said last episode, like Amadeus Cho, Wave, and they had another one. I can't remember who the third one was, but these guys are. Oh yeah, it was Luna Snow because Harry had a picture of Luna Snow. Those are all agents of Atlas, and another agent of Atlas is Silk. And we saw the spider that bit Peter escape on someone's backpack, and the same by a spider that bit Peter is who turned Silk into Silk. So maybe they're gonna introduce Silk, and she's gonna team up with Wave and Totally Awesome Hulk and Luna Snow, and they're gonna make the Agents of Atlas. Who knows where this show could go? Again, that's what I like because I have, as a longtime Spider-Man fan that knows pretty much all the stories, I have no idea what they're doing, and I actually like that because I don't want to know what they're doing. I want to be surprised. What did you miss, Scarlet Spider? We're just talking friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's all. Not much. Uh, but don't have a Venom symbol on his chest. Yeah, the thing that attacked in episode 1 that Doctor Strange was fighting was not Venom. It was just a symbiote monster. That's what the credits had it listed as. It said like symbiote alien or symbiote monster. Maybe it came from Clintar. I don't know, but wherever it came from had a radioactive spider or a spider from another dimension. So, no, a lot. He didn't miss a lot. Oh, he kind of did, buddy. But don't worry, we'll catch you. He looked like Venom. People have a symbol on his chest like all the others. Yeah. Um, I can't believe that they got through 3 Venom movies. He never got the symbol on his chest. But then that aside, yeah, no, that was just a random symbiote. That wasn't Venom. Uh, that was a Venom Craven type character. I get because he had the fur kind of on his back. I don't know if that's what they were going for. Craven did wear the black suit after the Craven's last hunt. Did you see the Dust Spider-Man suit? Yeah, we were talking about it. Um, I talked about how scary it was, and that was kind of funny that he scared the little girl when he got the balloon back. But yes, the Dusk, the Prodigy, the Hornet, um, all those Identity Crisis suits. Saw them, loved them, glad they were in the show. I haven't saw much of Dusk. Yeah. But the question is, what is the suit details of Dusk? In the comics, really, there's no detail. This show had more detail than the actual suit does because he had like those gray gloves that look kind of like Black Panther, and he had the little wings. But in the it's just like black. And then, but yeah, and he had eyes too. The comics, he doesn't have eyes or anything. It's just like black. And then I think sometimes there's like a cloak that goes around it, kind of like a cloak from Cloak and Dagger is what it kind of looks like from time to time. Otherwise, it's just like a flat black suit. So that's essentially the details of the Dusk suit. They added more in this show, but goodness. Um yeah, that's about it for the Dusk suit. What you like about the Future Foundation suit? It looks pretty cool, and they did add more details to that. He has like kind of a spider symbol almost on his wrist, and he has the place for the web shooter. He has like a little belt going on, so like it has differences. It's not exactly one to one because Future Foundation suit is just flat white and black, kind of like Anti Venom. But yeah, no, I really like that. The opening scene where he's swinging in it, it was really cool because Spider-Man did like I will praise the choice to go 3D for this show because the web slinging and the action sequences look incredible. I like 3D is kind of, uneventful when it's people standing around and talking, but for a Spider-Man show where he's gonna be web slinging and they're doing action, like the fight with Speed Demon and Tarantula, that was incredible. That was when Tarantula, she's coming at him with the blades, and Spider-Man is so fluid, is so quick. I love it, and the way that Speed Demon was like zipping around and the way Spider-Man moves is so fluid. It's so fluid. I really applaud the choice to go 3D for this because the action and the swing look great. When he first shows up in the Future Foundation suit, and he's like doing those aerial tricks, some of which we've seen before. But it just looks so cool. It looks so cool. I like oh, I don't know. Web slinging does something to me, and the fights are really good, and the web slinging is really good. Like Unicorn gets off this like 5-hit combo on Spider-Man that would have killed anybody else. When he gets distracted saving the people from the lamppost, she like nails him, like gets him into the wall, grabs him, like gives him a knee, slams him into the hood of a car. I was like, that was cold, man. That was cold. Even the fight scene between the 110th and the Scorpions. We haven't even talked about Scorpion. My goodness, they got Carmilla Black. She is another version of Scorpion, not to be confused with what's that other girl's name? Something Cole. She's Scorpia, but that's not her. And then they have Matt Gargan, who didn't do much in the MCU, but he's doing something in this show. And I like how Big Don says, oh, before he ran the Scorpion Gang, Matt Gargan used to find people for a living, and that's what he was a PI. J. Jonah Jameson hired him to follow Spider-Man and find out, who he is. But he couldn't keep up with Spider-Man, and that's why J. Jonah Jameson funded the experiment to turn him into Scorpion. And then he went crazy. But I and then from what we've seen in the trailers, he's gonna have the tail. He's gonna look pretty accurate. He's never been the leader of a gang before, so that's new. Um, and I like the knife that he pulled on Big Don. Kind of looked like a scorpion stinger. He was gonna kill Lonnie. If the cops didn't come, Lonnie would have been toast because he got a good tackle on him. I like that Lonnie's using his football moves, like when the scorpions were chasing him, and he just like he throws the bag up like a football and then starts booking with it, and then like when the fight between the 110th and the scorpions starts, Lonnie like kind of does some QB moves and gets around him and tackles him. Like I like that he's putting his football moves into his fights. Um, yeah, that's why he's Tombstone, I guess. But yeah, let's see. I could have sworn the suit was full black and no detail. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Do you not friendly name his Spider-Man show is going to get season 2 and 3? Yes, they greenlit it for season 2 and a season 3, and I couldn't be happier because I'm really liking what I'm seeing. These episodes have been peak for me, bro. These like 10 out of 10 episodes for me. I said the only problem, not even a problem, problems that I've had is just I think Lonnie Lincoln should have been Hobie Brown, and I don't know where his spider senses are. Like, if they're going like the route of the MCU, where like they just didn't show or indicate it at all until No Way Home, because you could tell, he had his spider sense, and then Far From Home, he didn't have it for a lot of the movie. Then he got it back in the end, but there was never like a tell. There was never a noise or a physical change on the screen or anything. Like, it's when Bucky throws the sign on him, you see his eyes get big. It's like, oh, when he gets down. Like we knew it was, and then in Infinity War, when the hairs on his arms stand up, and he looks out and sees the Thanos' donut ship out there. It's like, like they didn't really give any cues that his spider sense was going off, but it was there. Like I said, he's very acrobatic in these fights. He gets hit a lot, but like Spider-Man always gets hit. But he dodges, like I said, unicorns lasers with precision. Like without spider sense, you couldn't dodge those lasers like that. You would get nailed. So I'm sure he had to. But then, like I said, Harry hit him with a door. Was the spider sense on vacation? I don't know. Maybe because Harry wasn't a direct threat to him and the door wouldn't hurt him that bad. I don't know, but that just seems like, and this just seems like his spider sense would have gone off. But those are the only two like issues I have with the show, is that I would like to see some kind of indication of spider sense, and Lonnie should have been Hobie. But other than that, this show is great. I love this show so much. I'm so glad they have 2 more seasons coming. You think that Lonnie will become the next game leader, Tombstone? 100%. Big Don's days are numbered. The second Lonnie gets his rock hard skin and becomes invincible, Big Don's going out the door. He's gonna be like, I raised you, Lonnie. I turned you into something when you were nothing. Then Lonnie's gonna be like, I had a career. I was about to be a football star, and you dragged me down in this game. It's like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Then Big Don's gonna like go punch him, and Lonnie's gonna catch it. Then he's gonna crack his wrist, and Big Don's like, oh! Then he's gonna be like, Big Don, you just got tombstone. Then he's gonna punch him out. He's gonna fall out, and then he's gonna look at everyone else like, anybody got a problem? And then that bulldozer guy, he's gonna be the first one to be like, not me. And then everyone's gonna be like, yeah, 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 that's my tombstone, tombstone, tombstone. That's exactly what's gonna happen. I, I ran out with that, but that's what I think is gonna happen. Don't mean to self promote, but I have a new show coming that's not related to Marvel at all. Oh, well, everybody make sure to go to Grayson's channel and check that out. Uh, I knowing you, Grayson, it'll be spectacular either way. I guarantee it. Like that great race video you did, nothing Marvel related, but I had so much fun with it. We were robbed by Insomniac Games. Why didn't they give us DLC? I don't know. Probably because of the leaks, which hacked a bunch of their employees and set everybody back. It was just not a good situation at all. I feel bad for them. But they're probably gonna put it all in Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is probably like twice as big as Spider-Man 2. So I'm not worried about it. It's disappointing because I wanted more game, but we got a solid game. It was beginning, middle, end solid game. I really enjoyed Marvel Spider-Man 2. Boom, sucker. That's what Tombstone's gonna say. Imagine you predicted Tombstone scene will play out with Big Dot. I hope. I hope. I'm clipping that for future reference. Yeah. We call the hero on face front, folks. That's exactly how Tombstone is gonna take the throne from Big Don. Yeah, Tombstone, not tomatoes. The autocorrect keeps getting you, Grayson. Oh goodness. That's that. What else didn't we cover? We covered Norman, we covered Peter, we covered Nico. By the way, Nico, her screensaver is her parents, which are Tina Minoru and I forget her husband's name, but they are super villains. So, and her necklace kind of resembles the staff of one. I should have noticed it earlier, but I didn't notice until this episode when she like grabbed it. And I'm like, oh, that looks like the staff of one. So, and then Harry, I do like that Peter and Harry kind of hit it off instantly. It was kind of funny. Harry didn't even remember his name. But he's now Peter's dude at the desk. I love how Harry's like considerably worse at it than Norman because Norman's like Peter, Speed Demon has a tail before he goes hypersonic. You need to look out for that, and you can take him down. And then Peter's like, "Oh, okay, got it." And then Harry's like, "So, what'd you do at school today?" Peter's oh goodness, Norman is a considerably better dude at the desk than Harry is, but I like that Peter and Harry are just kind of going to be more friends than super part. I will say, if Nico was this off put by Peter just bringing Harry to movie night, it's gonna go insane when she figures out that he's Spider Man and that Harry knew before she did. That's gonna rock their whole friendship. I'm calling it right now. That's not gonna be good. I'm not gonna be able to watch that. I'm gonna have to close my eyes if because if she figures out that Peter's Spider Man and then Harry's like, I knew or I already knew. That's gonna hurt her so bad. Spider Man. I'm not singing Scarlet Spider. Stop it. Oh my goodness. If you like Great Race, I'm making a second one with former champion, Fantastic and not both Fantic. Nice. Oh yeah, that Great Race was very funny. Grayson has a video called Great Race on his channel. It's very good. Go watch it. Uh, wish you had a neighbor like me. Swing this city. Stop. Stop. You're not gonna make me sing, okay? Okay. Like neighbor like me, by the way. Like I said last stream, I've been listening to it on repeat. It is such a good song. It's like I'm not gonna say it's the best Spider-Man theme song because I don't. But it's up there. It's up there. I don't know. It's really good. It's really good. It's so good. I love it. Imagine the Marvel Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. Like the title, the Death Star. Oh my goodness. Stop, Scott Spider. Everybody's not gonna make me sing. A Marvel Sonic the Hedgehog team up would be crazy if they had one. There's not too many speedsters in Marvel. The Speed Demon, Quicksilver, Blur. Sonic would change the game. And no, you're not making me sing Scarlet Spider. Goodness gracious. Although I would love to sing Neighbor Like Me if I knew the lyric. Like I know lyrics, but like I can't put them in order in my head. I just keep switching them around. Can you voice Nick Fury for me on a new show I mentioned? Okay, yeah, sure, Grayson. You know I'm always down for that. I'll voice Nick Fury for you, no problem. Uh, it all s- it all start with Spider-Man example. Yes. Oh, you're talking about the crossover? It would start with Spider-Man. All good crossovers start with Spider-Man. I know it's not Marvel. He's in there, okay? That's fine. Hey, it's your channel. You do what you want, dude. You put whatever characters you want, whoever you want, anything you want. Nobody's here to babysit how you make your videos. You do you, and I'll do me. Oh, goodness. Well, it's been about an hour. And I've tried to keep these down to about an hour, and I think we covered everything. Yep, yeah, I covered it. Yeah, I think you did. So I'm probably gonna wrap up. If you guys have anything else you want to say, gonna be the longest episode with 3 parts. Nope, it's gonna be the movie. So yeah, you're talking about crossover. Oh, I was thinking like a comic book. My mind immediately goes to comic book when you say crossover. But yeah, no, that would be a cool movie. If Sonic crossed over. You're playing Marvel Rivals, yo. I'm Penny Parker main. Hit me up. Zach Salon, friend me. I'll put it in the chat. Friend me on Marvel Rivals. I can't play tonight because I'm busy. But if you're ever on, you see me on, add Zach Salon, and I'll play Marvel Rivals. I'm a great Penny Parker. I I suck as Spider-Man. He's very hard to use. I went 9-9 though, so I got as many kills as deaths. So that's progress. I'm still not good at it. I'm okay with Cap. Better with Thor. I'm actually a good Sue Storm. I'm a good Invisible Woman. Oh, it's a finale that explains why Spider-Man season 1 and 2 the symbiote and so forth. Oh, so it's gonna tie all your videos together. Nice. I like that. Trust me, I know. Yeah. Penny Parker and Diva almost had this similarity. Now, I didn't play a ton of Overwatch. I played the first one back when it first came out, and my girl was Farah because I like flying and launching missiles. Um, but I don't know. I do know Diva is a big mech with a little girl in it, so kind of like Penny, but uh different. I quit Marvel Rivals. What? Just stopped liking it for some reason. Maybe I'll. But yeah, no. What? That's crazy. How could you stop liking Marvel Rivals? That's crazy. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's up to you. Whatever kind of game you like to play. It wasn't because you're getting toasted, was it? Don't quit because you're getting toasted, Grayson. Play against the AI. They'll go easy on you. I don't know. I love that game so much. Super crazy, right? Super crazy, crazy. But it's your prerogative. But I'm always playing. I love it. It's a great game. Nah, I'm good at the game. It's I prefer to play other game. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. You know what? The other night, I was coming home fixing to play Marvel Rivals, and I'm like, I don't want to play Marvel Rivals tonight, and I play Marvel Spider-Man 2. So you can always be in the mood for other games. Gameplays, however, identical because their suits, appearance, and models. Yeah. Like I said, little girl, big mech, same, and filming videos and going to school. Yeah. Keeping you busy. You can't always play. Um, I should do a Marvel Rivals stream. But that's it for the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man stream. So yeah, we covered everything. Then we got super off topic. It's been an hour. So thank you guys. For coming by, learning everything you can about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, episodes 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna be back around the same time next week for episode 4, 5, and 6. And then no, sorry, 6, 7, 8. And then 9 and 10 are gonna be the finale. Yeah. So come back next week. I think by then the third issue of the comic will be out. So I'll talk about that too. But yeah, excuse me, come back then. Can you make a Marvel Rivals stop motion? like a whole match instead of your little shorts. I can try. I've actually been thinking. I'll You'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll say we'll see because I've had a lot of Marvel Rivals ideas. I wish that they had some of the designs in action figure form, but they don't. So I'll just have to settle with different versions of the characters. Whatever. No, no, no. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. But until next week, um, I will see you guys then. Face front, true believers, and I'll see you in the multiverse. Bye.